Hello and welcome to Let's Play Nancy Drew, the Deadly Device. That's right, this is the mystery LP that I've been planning to do for quite some time now, and I did mean mystery LP quite literally. I had started watching a Let's Play of this game a little bit recently, and after the first two videos I thought it would be an interesting game to play myself, so this LP will be mostly blind. If you enjoyed Riven, you'll probably enjoy this as well. It's also an adventure game, although it is quite considerably different than Riven, for two main reasons. First of all, there is a considerable amount of dialogue in this game. In fact, interacting with other characters is one of the main things you'll be doing. And secondly, there's actually quite an extensive inventory as well, unlike Riven, where there was hardly any inventory. Or, yeah, there was hardly any inventory. I was about to say none at all, but there were a few things we carried. Before we start this game, I would like to let you see just how the navigation system and whatnot works. You can see all the different icons here. I'm not going to read all this stuff, but you can see that there's an inventory down here. This is displayed at the bottom of the screen. There's a hint system if you're on the easy mode. I'm not going to actually use the easy mode for this LP though. Or amateur sleuth as they call it. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. You can choose between Amateur Sleuth or Master Sleuth, and Amateur Sleuth involves, as they say, regular puzzles. You can also get hints, and you have a task list that's pretty detailed. The Master Sleuth prohibits you from getting hints, and it has more challenging puzzles, and it also just has a basic task list, and I think that's what I'll go for. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. That didn't look good. Scientist found electrocuted in laboratory. Foul play suspected. Murder suspected in death of Niko Jovic.
Nancy, you made it. Good.
You couldn't tell me much earlier. What's the story?
You'll find all the information in Niko's desk drawer. The combination is 171943.
Got it. I'll need full access to the lab and a cover.
For the cover, say you're doing due diligence for a new investor. I'll back you up if anyone asks. But full access to the lab? No. It's too dangerous.
If I can't investigate everything, I might have a problem on my hands.
All right. I'll have Ellie set up a demo for you. But that's it. The equipment in this lab is extremely dangerous.
Got it.
Approach the case how you want, but I think I know where you should start. Ryan. The police really thought she might be behind Niko's murder. They just couldn't prove it. She built the machine that killed him, and supposedly she'd threatened him. Start there. I've got to leave the office. If you need me, I'll be on my phone. Good luck. Stay safe, and please, help me do right by Niko. He was a brilliant scientist and a good man.
Alright, so we're investigating the death of this Niko Jovic guy. And we're apparently supposed to look at this Ryan person first. And we can't check things off until we've done them.
Still have to do that.
So Nancy reminds us of that. We also keep a journal here that lists our observations. For instance, if you didn't write this combination down, it would say what it is right here. But I still like to take notes, so I will be keeping a little notebook throughout my journey here. And we have a list of suspects, although we haven't put Ryan on here yet because we haven't talked to her yet. So let's check out this office of Niko's. Looks like a very interesting design. Let's go from left to right here. There's a number of books here, a series on time and space, as well as a few other things. I don't know if any of these we can read, though. the magnifying glass will turn white, I believe, if you can actually look at something. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can look at anything here. We can look at stuff here, but unfortunately that is locked. A treatise on electricity and magnetism, matter and motion. Oh, very curious sounding books. The Time Machine, I suppose that's the one by H.G. Wells. But it's nothing we can read, unfortunately. We can't open up any of the drawers. And behind us, well, we'll check that out here in a little bit, because we're going to go from left to right. Let's look at this thing over here next. Some sort of contraption, but we can't really use it. Well, let's look behind the desk here. A Krollmeister device. Krollmeister is basically like the Acme company of the Nancy Drew universe. They make pretty much everything.
I need to find a way to fix this.
But we need to find a way to fix it. Ooh, what's this here? Is this the desk drawer?
This must be the drawer where Victor put the case file.
Aha! Let's check this out. I like those sounds, by the way. Alright. Nancy, here are the notes from the police investigation. Keep the contents of the file to yourself and do not remove it from Nico's office. If anyone should discover the file on you, your cover would be blown. Victor. Well, we won't worry about that. Let's go ahead and read this file. Victim, Nico Jovic, PhD, 61 years old, theoretical physicist, co-owner of technology of Tomorrow Today facility. Body discovered in Tesla Coil Lab by Ellie York at 12:13 a.m. Body removed by coroner. Cause of death confirmed as electrocution by a high-voltage discharge of the Tesla coil. Victim was widely acclaimed as background. Victim was widely acclaimed as a genius in his field. Known to have poor social skills, perceived as unfriendly or uncaring, even antagonistic by coworkers. Never married, no immediate family living. Crime scene evidence, victim's expertise, and decades of experience in wireless energy, and the high-level safety features built into the Tesla coil's operating procedure, indicate against victim's death as a workplace accident. Victim's death is therefore regarded as suspicious. Personnel, these are our suspects here. Lab access restricted to employees only by secure keycard entry. What is that? Somebody just come in on us? Okay. Sound like the door just opened there. Well, let's go ahead and reread that. Personnel, lab access restricted to employees only by secure keycard entry. Mason Quinto, research assistant, day shift. Claims to have been on a date at time of death, but according to his date they had parted ways by 10:30 p.m. Dislike of victim evident during questioning. Ellie York, research assistant, night shift. On site at time of death. Called 911 to report incident. Update, left town the following evening. Sounds suspicious. Ryan Kilpatrick, technical engineer, day shift, stated that she was driving back to the lab from Colorado Springs at time of death. Appeared distraught, evasive, and nervous during questioning. Built the machine that killed victim. Gray Courtright, head of security, night shift. On site at time of death. Taciturn, recalcitrant, and unfriendly towards police. Refused to speak of his relationship with the victim. Co-workers seemed uncertain as to how he has continued to keep his position. I'm sure he will be pleasant to talk to. Victor Wassett, laboratory co-owner, office offsites, oversees business and financial decisions. Stated he was working alone in off-site office at time of death. That was the guy we talked to on the phone. Notes, suspect questioning failed to provide an ironclad alibi for any employee. Keycard log records indicate another entry shortly before victim's death, but security video LBTY 510258, obtained from head of security, Gray Courtright that is, showed no one entering lab from the time of victim's entrance until after his time of death. The keycard used to enter the lab after a victim has not been recovered from premises and does not match any keycard ID in the logs. It is believed a power surge occurred on-site as a result of coil tests being run shortly before victim's death, causing a glitch in the log system. Witness statements and crime scene evidence suggested Ryan Kilpatrick as the prime suspect. She was arrested and brought to the police station for interrogation. After lengthy questioning, Ryan Kilpatrick was released due to lack of concrete evidence, but remains a person of interest. No further leads at this time. Case remains open, unsolved. Crime scene decontaminated, and lab's office and surrounding rooms restored to pre-incident state. Personal belongings of victim recovered as evidence, including files and experiment notes, shall remain in police possession for further investigation. Scientific equipment has been released back to lab. Secured site reopened to scientific use. Let me just write down that security footage number there. Got it? That's all that's in the case file. If I can just zoom out here. I don't think there's anything else we can really look at here. I don't think we can check that out. This just takes us back over here. We haven't looked at this yet. It's a candy machine.
It looks like it's missing the opening mechanism.
Well, that's not nice. I want some of these candies. Cocoa Kringles, by the way, are a candy that appears in pretty much every Nancy Drew game as far as I know. And Licky Loos, and I think Auntie's Acorns, and Utter Pops, and possibly Coffee Candy, and I know Moon... I'm not sure what that says, but I know all of these pretty much were introduced in the Nancy Drew game called Trail the Twister, as well as a Cowabubble, I believe, and Cud Smackers. They all have to do with cows for the most part. But that seems to be all we can do here. We can't turn off the lights, so let's continue moving on. I'm not sure I really want to press anything yet. Oh, wait a minute. There was one other thing we didn't look at in the room. There's this thing. Some sort of pigeon. And it looks like there's something that's supposed to go here. Well, that's pretty cool. Maybe these, maybe this is supposed to be what goes in these holes. Smaller buttons of some sort. There's also some sort of painting here on the wall that looks like it might be a clue to a puzzle, but I don't really know. Let's go right. Uh-oh.
Hello, Nancy. I forgot to tell you, we've been having a lot of outages lately.
Funny you mention that. I think you're having one right now.
It's nothing to worry about. We've got backup on the big systems. Most of the time, Gray can get things back online in an hour. Occasionally it takes a while, but rarely does it come close to the critical window.
Critical window?
Some of the equipment can get unruly when the power supply isn't consistent.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry about it, though. Take the time to get settled. Catch up on sleep. All right. Gotta run.
I'm sure we won't have to worry about any unruly equipment. Right. Now let's see if we can move or feel our way around through here.
Okay, what's that?
I see a little bit of light there where my mouse is. Let's try going there.
Ah, come on. Ow, my toe.
Looks like there was a bathroom here, but
Ooh.
and there's an alarm clock. We can set it for either day or night. And this will be what will trigger the next day in these games. Usually if there's multiple days that you have to go through, an alarm clock will be what will indicate that you're going to sleep and that you intend to wake up at a certain time. So, we'll go ahead and go to sleep for now, but we'll wake up and investigate more in the next video.